For number 25, they want you to graph the function y equals the absolute value of x minus 3. What I'm going to do is go to my calculator and hit second 0 to take me to catalog. If you notice, the first option is absolute value. What I'm going to do is then type in x minus 3. Hit graph for yourself to get an idea of what it looks like. I'll then go to table by hitting second graph, which takes me to table. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle through so that this top y value matches this bottom y value. This is what's going to give us the V shape. So off of the table, I plot these points. I then extend the lines. I recommend using a ruler. There's your graph. On the bottom it says, explain how the graph of y equals the absolute value of x minus 3 has changed from the related graph y equals the absolute value of x. If I plug in y equals the absolute value of x and I hit graph, I notice that it's at the origin. What's going to happen is this graph does something like this. Something like that. So if we notice, this graph moved to the right 3 units. For number 26, all they want you to do is write a function to represent how much money Alex collected from selling tickets. An adult ticket, so this is basically the adults plus the students. Okay, the function. To get full credit, you need f of x equals, because it tells you that you need f of x. They sell X adult tickets, so adults are going to be $6.50X, and the student tickets are $4 for 12. They would have accepted this answer, or more appropriately, if you wanted to simplify, they would have accepted this as well. For number 27, they're asking you, at which amount of money will John and Sarah have the same amount of money? So what we're going to do is we're going to set their functions equal to each other. John's function is 60 plus 5x, and Sarah's is x squared plus 46. Now what we have here is a quadratic equation. We want to get all terms on the other side, or excuse me, on the same side. You should have 5x equals x squared minus 14. Subtract 5x, subtract 5x. You should have 0 equals x squared minus 5x minus 14. What I could do here now is I could factor this so that it looks like such. X minus 7 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. I'm going to add 7, and subtract 2, subtract 2. Okay, x represents the number of weeks. Okay, you can't have a negative amount of weeks, so we're going to say 7 weeks is our answer. Number 28, they want you to find the difference between these two expressions and then multiply by this. So in order to start, I'm just going to subtract. So anytime you are subtracting a polynomial, you have to distribute the minus sign and change all these signs. 3x squared minus x squared is 2x squared. Negative 2x minus 3x, negative 5x. 5 and 2 is 7. So now what I want to do is I want to multiply that entire thing by 1/2 x squared. 1/2 x squared times 2x squared is like saying 1/2 x squared times 2x squared, or 1/2 times 2 times x squared times x squared. 1/2 of 2 is 1, x squared times x squared is x to the 4th. So what we're going to say is we're going to say x to the 4th. This is going to be minus, you could do 2.5x to the 3rd, and then you could do plus 3.5 x squared. For number 29, this is an exponential growth problem. A is our starting amount, B is our rate. The starting amount here is 600. We're going to do 1, and then our rate is 1.6. But 1.6% as a decimal, we have to go to the left 2 places. So it's 0.016. 0.016, and they want it raised the time is 2 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in my calculator. I'm going to type it in just like that. I'm going to hit enter, and we get $619.35.